bit before the podcast is so awkward because I feel like we can't do any chit chat or anything like that.
Yeah, we can. Oh, Dan Alex, what a bitch.
I bought a Titan.
When I was editing the last one, I did start wondering what your financial situation was. Like, have you won the lottery recently? Because I was thinking, Warhammer's expensive.
No, I haven't won the lottery. I'm just terribly bad at managing money.
Or terribly good, apparently, because you got so much of it.
Well, no, it's
I
like,
just have an overdraft and no self-control.
you like me where you have so much of it for the first 3 or 4 days of the month.
Yeah.
But by the 5th day, you've spent it on any kind of bullshit you don't really need.
And then you get to the last week and you've got to go food shop and you're like, right, I can only spend £3 today.
How much pasta can I get for £3?
I think we've all been there. Millennials, eh?
Oh, yes.
That's an avocado and toast.
But like, because the Warhammer store birthday is coming up, or like, just like the Warhammer birthday is coming up at the end of the month, and there are special prizes if you spend over 200. And I'm just like, I have wanted to get the Seraphon starter sets for a while.
Can we call them lizard men, please?
Sorry, I really want to get the lizard men starter sets. So this could be my break into Sigmar.
The end times never forget. Fantasy for life.
Bring back the squats.
Yeah. Wrong game, but sure. So how big is this Titan then?
It is
About the size of a building. They tend to stomp around, look all like they've had their skin ripped off, have anime characters jumping at them and stuff.
It's about, 30 centimeters tall? Maybe a bit more.
Oh, about the size of a ruler.
Yeah.
It's the same width as well.
Oh,
Just ruler shaped.
are these Titan like
what?
tree based creatures? So it's like a really long trunk.
The Ents didn't make the change to 40k very well.
It's just like, Rich, I hate to break it to you, but I think you might have been ripped off. This is a ruler.
But
I had a quill on it.
It's like when a printer gets jammed, but the 3D printer got jammed.
Yeah.
So instead of the ink sort of pulling on the paper, just the whole object was pulled.
Have 3D printer can confirm has happened.
Okay. I don't know the technicalities behind 3D printers.
God, it's horrible stuff. I haven't used the resin. I've used a resin one recently. I printed out a dragon jetpack. Because I'm making my own chapter for Warhammer.
It's the done thing. Pick some tenets.
The dragon claws.
Chapter 5, Warhammer Days.
Captain's log, chapter 5.
I'd make an army of steam engines.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of little Thomas trains coming at you in a Warhammer game.
You'd like the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're all like steampunk. It's almost steam.
Yeah, okay.
It's almost punk.
Ooh.
A lot of steam, a little bit of punk.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of punk, a little bit of steam.
A lot of spunk, a bit of team.
Oh.
Team Spunk's always the best spunk.
Team Spunk.
Hello, Alex. Welcome back. It's been a while. Yes, you can.
Welcome to Team Spunk.
I came in at the wrong time there.
Or the right time.
Whoa. Yeah, that's how you get the spunk. Anyway, hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that is
Inaudible.
Inaudible.
Inaudible. Brought to you live from Bristol's Audi. We won't tell you which one for safety reasons.
From the people in the Aldi.
Bristol only has the one Audi. That's the only one we can afford.
I thought you meant Audi the cars, as in Vorsprung durch Technik and all that.
Yes, we do.
Audi.
Well, actually, yeah, that's a good point. We've got Audi, and then we've got the car, and then we've got Audi.
Yeah,
that
amazing. And they're exactly the same, despite being spelt differently.
Yeah.
And the two ends of a spectrum.
And we've got oldies, which are old people.
Yeah.
And then a
Oldies with
collection
the
of
old
things
people.
say, oh, we got all these things.
Oldies, yes.
Ecstasy that's gone out of date.
Oldies.
Yeah.
I do a
Yeah.
very spooky biscuit, but I'll leave that till the end.
Oh,
Ooh.
I thought you were going to have a nice bit of
Oldies.
ecstasy for us.
A room full of just men. Oldies.
Oldies, yeah. Yes, so
when,
as
you,
we
when your
drive...
keyboard when your keyboard breaks when you're typing a word and it's just the letter D.
Just oldies.
Oldies.
It's like in Impossible Planet when Toby looks down at his hands and then he turns his keyboard over and it's all D's. Da, 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 da. Anyway, yeah. So as we drive along in our Audi Quattro with the live broadcast
Because there's
unit,
4 of us, right?
exactly.
We're driving. We're driving in an Audi Quattro. Well, I can't say that word. We're
Audi
driving
Quattro.
in an Audi around an Audi.
Yes,
With all these people around us.
and we
Oh,
and we all drank the wrong goblet of fire from the Last Crusade. What is it? What's it called? The chalice, the crucible.
Audi?
The chalice of cathedralism?
What's
No, it's cathedral of chalice.
What's the cup? The special cup, the Jesus cup that makes you immortal. And if you drink it wrong, you age because we drank it
Oh.
wrong, and we're aging. Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. I was thinking, it's a goblet of fire, isn't it?
Don't think about
You
it.
see, because you started with Goblet of Fire, that is where I was stuck with the entire time.
It's like, all new, Jesus Christ and the goblet of fire.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ and the 13th betrayer.
Oh. Jesus
There and back
Christ.
again, a Jesus Christ resurrection story.
Lord of the Rings reference. I love it. God, that was amazing on the big
Okay,
screen.
well.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, we watched it. We watched it last night. We watched it. Yeah, we watched it last night.
Oh, so when you
View.
said, Rich, when you went to see Fellowship, I had a little joke in my head, like, oh, I'm going to make a joke later, like it's Fellowship of the Ring, but actually it's a new film called Fellowship that I don't know anything about. Was it actually Fellowship of the Ring?
Yeah, it was actually Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, okay.
They're showing it this week, and they're showing Two Towers next week, and then the week after that is Return of the King.
Which two towers are they showing?
Lord of the Rings, the
Oh.
Two Towers. It's not the extended edition, unfortunately.
We lost Alex.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I meant like which
Dragged
towers,
into
which
the
actual
void.
towers.
I don't know the names of them in lore.
Okay. Discord crashed. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suddenly did
Back?
this, and I was just like, okay, just kick me out.
What happened there, good sir?
It just suddenly it was completely cut out, and then it just the program stopped responding. So I was trying to.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
When was the last time you restarted it? Oh, I mean, just like literally just now, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your Is your biscuit, Alex? Is it a biscuit for the podcast, or is it just like friends chat? Are you still there?
Alex? Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Well, we appear to be having some technical difficulties. In the meantime, here's some light music.
Bit Kevin McLeod.
See, I was just imagining the like the intermission screen from Holy Grail.
It's yeah, it's pretty mad when you your go-to hold music is literally a royalty-free Kevin McLeod track.
I mean, it's royalty free for a reason.
I remember my mum sent me this this video she'd seen that was like, you know, oh, what it's like being a primary school teacher in the pandemic, because that's what she is. Stroke is. And the first thing I thought was, holy shit, that's I can't remember what track it was, but I knew the name of the track. And I was like, it's that by Kevin McLeod. And then I had
The
to
one I
explain to
always
her
hear.
what
I always
was
hear
talking
monkeys
about.
spinning monkeys. That's the one that I always
That's what
hear.
it was. That's what it was. Yes.
Yep, that's the one that always appears on TikTok.
Is
Hello?
that? Do,
Hello.
do, do,
Yeah,
do,
we can
do,
hear
do,
you.
do, do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Discord keeps crashing, basically.
That's
Hey
not
guys,
good.
guys,
You'll
I've
have
got
to
an
get
idea.
rich.
I've got an idea. I'll drag him into the bad channel and he'll think it's crashed again and it'll be a jape.
Oh,
You're
what?
hilarious and mean.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
Japes don't work when they're there to hear you explain the jape.
What's the
But you just
jape?
explained the jape.
All right. Just forget I said anything. Well, I mean, the joke was obviously he can hear me say it, but apparently he didn't hear me say it anyway.
Bom, bom, bom,
What were you saying before, Kristian? Sorry, or cut out.
Well, we don't know when it cut out.
In the before times.
Uh,
Your biscuit. Get your biscuits out for the lads.
Is it
okay.
is it podcast biscuit or is it friendly biscuit? Is it important?
Because if it's for the podcast, I'll put it before TV of the year. But if it's just for our information only, I'll put it at the back end of the backs. Validation payment.
Back end of the
chaps.
backs.
Back end of the backs.
So which is it? Oh my god, is he gone again?
Can you
Oh,
hear me?
yes.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it did cut out again. It's friendly, but it can still be put in a podcast. I think it's pretty
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
It's nothing personal.
No,
Personnel.
not really personal. No.
Extremely personal.
Well,
What is it,
I
then?
put something on Facebook about it. There's a bunch of woods near my grand's, and I didn't notice until recently, but I went there about 10 years ago, right, when I was living with her. And I went in there, and I remember sort of feeling sort of quite like an eerie feeling when I was in there, and I didn't really know why. I was just like, it feels a bit creepy being here. And I was told recently, oh, by the way, there was a plane crash in his woods like 50 years ago, and I was just like, wait, what? What was this? And apparently, my great grandfather used to own those woods, and he was like first on the scene, but everyone died in the plane crash. So me and Amy decided to go there to see if we could find any ghosts. And we didn't see anything, but we did pick up some weird audio
Mushrooms.
recordings.
Sorry.
I think look what we go next. There's a video of us. I had to like really sort of lift up the audio, but you can hear it very faintly. Where I'm sort of like I call out and I'm sort of like, we heard this plane crash here. Is anyone still here? And you hear very faintly, because all the people on board the plane were men, and they all died. You hear very faintly, sort of like.
I haven't had sex for years.
And you can't make out what they say, but it's very distinct. A voice definitely spoke back, and we have it on the audio. And then later on, you hear like a very creepy sigh when we're talking. You just hear a like that, and it's just like, oh, are we boring you? Sorry, we'll leave.
Is this the start of an ARG?
An ARG?
An alternate reality game? Is this viral marketing for a new film?
No, this is real. We went there yesterday and picked it all up. We're going to go back at some point and have a look again. But no, we definitely heard a distinct man's voice speak to us when we asked if there was anyone there. Creepy as fuck. But also really cool.
Like, the thing is, I'm very much of the BuzzFeed Unsolved 2 people. I'm very much the oh, what's his name?
You're Shane.
Yeah, I'm very much Shane. Just like, okay.
I mean, the thing is, ghosts aren't real.
I was going to say, who here is anyone? Any of you actually believe in ghosts?
Now you see, I'm on the fence. I'm literally, yeah. I'd say I'm like more towards the not believing, but I'm open-minded enough that if I had enough proof that could sort of change my mind, I would change my. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't had any kind of proof
Experience.
myself.
Yeah. As soon as you're given like actual solid proof. Then...
Yeah, and it would have to be more than just like little noises and stuff like you've.
Yeah.
Because you're in a forest, you're gonna hear.
Oh
noises.
no, we were completely alone. That's what.
But you're not alone. You've got animals around. You've got wind. You've got rustlings of leaves.
You're never alone.
Yeah.
There's always animals.
There was
that
someone.
is true. This was a very distinct. This is definitely a distinct voice.
It's listen. It's basically listen from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Is there something there, or is it just a lot of logical explanations that could make you think something's there?
It's the second one. There was I just imagined there was
Who's a skeptic here?
there was someone like I don't know, they'd like fallen in a peat bog or something, and they were just like trapped under some leaves, and you were there like, oh my god, I could hear something, and there was just a guy there, please help Help me!
Well, no, actually, what we found out later
You and
today-
Amy could have saved someone's life that day, but you didn't. You left them to
No.
die because you thought they were dead already.
The
Christ.
prophecy has been fulfilled.
We actually found out.
I'm still alive. I need help. Oh, those
Very
ghosts.
badly burned.
That poor ghost is just like Bruce Willis.
Spoilers.
We actually found out today because we went around this woods yesterday trying to sort of like not yesterday, but yeah, it was yesterday, trying to sort of like find where that place was that I felt that feeling like 10 years prior, and we couldn't find it for ages. We then realised
It had been turned into an ancient Indian burial ground.
we then realised today that we were literally
You were in
right.
the wrong forest.
No, it was the right forest. But we realised today that where we heard that voice was literally right where the crash site happened, and we had no idea. And so it's like that makes it even more creepier.
The thing is, like, without trying to sound weird, how much of this is just confirmation bias? Like, you went there and you were expecting to feel something. Like,
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, can you say that again? You completely cut out.
I was expecting you were going to say that.
Yeah, like, how much of it is that you wanted to hear something, so you think you did?
Well, I wasn't. Again, when we went there, I wasn't really. Like, I don't think neither of us were really expecting much because we were quite like we. I'm a believer, but I'm also kind of logical about it as well.
Sorry.
Like, I can believe if I see something, I'm like, okay, no, that could probably be that, or that could probably be this. So that's what I mean. It's like I believe in it, but I also can know when I'm being silly. If you get what I mean. And when we were there, we didn't hear anything at all when I asked that question. I only picked it up when I reviewed the footage.
Then I realised I had my headphones in the entire time.
And it was very faint. But no, what I can say as well, like when we were there, we both sort of said that we felt it was very kind of a heavy, like oppressive feeling when you're in the forest. And then as we got out of it, as we left, we suddenly felt very like much lighter.
But you've
Well, yeah,
like, in
this
our
is what I'm
voices.
saying, but you've gone there looking for ghosts, so you're going to be feeling spooked.
It was daytime,
not
though,
just
so
that,
it wasn't
I'm
really
sure-
that spooky.
If anyone's just sort of walking alone in a forest, or even just like two of you alone, it's going to be creepy anyway.
I mean, it wasn't really that
Forests
creepy
are
because
kind of just sort
I just want to point
creepy.
out, Alex, I'm not trying to be a dick about this. I'm just, skeptical.
no, of course, no, I get that. I get that. Like, I will say, like, it wasn't really that
Little
creepy.
anti-skeptic cream rich. Sorry.
It wasn't really that creepy because obviously, there it was, there were obviously loads of birds and different forest sounds, stuff like that. So like when we were in there, like you could feel. I don't know what you guys like with certain energies, but I remember when I visited the 9/11 site in New York, and when I sat there, like where it happened, I just felt it was such
You
an
thought
eerie.
they didn't go far enough.
Jesus Christ.
No? All right.
It was such an eerie kind
Wow.
of oppressive, heavy feeling when I was sat there, and that's the exact same thing that I felt when I was in that forest. Like you knew something tragic had happened there, and you felt it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too
Speaking of birds,
Is that just empathic?
That's it, empathic. Yeah, that's it. That's the word.
Are you
Quite
Are you
interesting.
just feeling sad because you know someone died there? There's not
No,
necessarily energy. The pre-knowledge of you knowing there's someone died
well,
there.
yeah, also I was
makes
sad
you
that people
feel
died
that
there.
Sort of thing.
It would be quite
Well,
interesting.
Would
to
you
take
have felt that if you'd have gone?
But even,
Well, that's what we need to. No,
the
that's
thing,
what.
though, isn't it?
No, but what we need to do now, though, the three of us need to find somewhere that's supposedly haunted, that Alex doesn't know is haunted.
Yes.
Take him there. Don't tell him it's haunted, and see if he still gets these same feelings.
Well, I'm
I was
saying
about to
that-
suggest
that's
that. Like, we
what I'm
take
saying.
like 3 separate areas.
Before we do that, 10 years ago when I was in that forest, I felt that exact same feeling. I didn't know that it was haunted.
is that just because you were in a forest that was
So-
spooky?
In a forest as a teenager.
What?
No,
like we need
I-
to get
I
like
literally-
3.
And also, so to say as well, also, Kat and Evie went there recently, and and Kat and Evie didn't know it was haunted. She's like 5 years old, but there were parts of the forest that she refused outright to go into, and Kat and she was like, well, why? And why didn't you want to go down there? And she was like, no, I don't want to go down there, and she didn't know it was haunted.
Just being a drama
So
queen.
why would?
gonna say,
How
right,
dare
we
you
need to
insult my
get-
niece?
We need to get a list of 3 separate.
Yeah.
We need to get a list of
I'm
3
all
separate.
for that, guys. Please do.
What we need to do, because we want to meet up soon, we'll have to meet up several different times, so it doesn't know which one is the haunted one. but in one of the places we meet up, we'll kill someone first, and then and bury the body like underneath. And then when we meet up, we'll just have to make sure we dig what looks like a shallow grave in each of the places.
Yeah, okay, but all right.
Yeah.
No.
We'll bury the
Yes.
body of the original other one that was here before
I was,
Alex.
I was with you up until then.
One of my
I like the idea,
original
though, that
friends.
You've been looking to get rid of it for a while. It's starting to smell a bit.
God, I like the idea of going to haunted places that I don't know are haunted, and you can sort of see if I detect anything.
Yeah, that was literally what I was trying to say for like 5 times.
I
when
like-
kept getting
I like
talked
that
over.
idea.
There's the pot calling the bloody kettle black.
That's the thing. In order to do this, we'd have to plan it so you have no idea when,
Hey, that's
where,
fine,
what,
do it.
where. We'd literally have to plan it like we're just meeting up somewhere to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it-
this
was
is going to
it-
be hard though because we've never in our lives all met up somewhere other than like each other's houses or Blaze.
You bitches
So
have to
there's going to
research.
be. Well, that's what I mean. Like, is there like any supposedly well? We'd have to look it into.
Oh, there's
Supposedly
quite a
haunted
few
places in
Bristol.
Bristol that Alex doesn't know is supposedly haunted.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
What I was going to suggest was we get 3 different locations. Only one of them is actually quote unquote haunted.
Well, yeah,
And we
yeah.
take Alex to each one, and then he has to guess which one it actually is.
Yeah, I'll do that.
1 in 3 is
Fit-
too easy to guess. We have to go to 17 different places like a cicada. But
17?
years. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Fucking hell.
One of these places is haunted, but Alex doesn't know which one it
Then
is.
we'd have to make sure that the circumstances of us going there doesn't seem suspicious as well, because
No, we
No, because
literally
if we
take
go
him
into
there.
we
the
the
just invite
documentary.
him to go to a
no,
different
because if-
city that we've all never been to before.
But if we're going
because
to
there's-
multiple different places, only one of them's haunted.
Mm.
So knowing that he's got one of them's going to be haunted won't tell him which one it is.
Yeah,
I also felt
okay.
someone something poke me in the shoulder when I
Maybe-
was there as well, and there was no
You'd
one
have-
else there.
Yeah, the more
was
things you
ninja.
add isn't going to convince us anymore, Alex.
God
We
damn
might
it!
as well.
that was a ninja.
We might have to.
Or
Ninja.
just a twig.
Yeah, a very
Ninja twig.
aggressive breeze.
I like that idea. That'd be a good idea for a show, actually.
We'd have to maybe make it like 5 or 6 places, and only one of them is haunted.
Yeah.
Just so there's a bigger chance of him not knowing which one is the haunted one.
I'd be totally down for doing a most haunted series, like a 6-part series, or like instead of
we'll
most
have to-
haunted, it's like almost haunted.
Possibly
Oh, no.
haunted.
He's gone.
If we could call it invisible hauntings.
It'll be back in a minute. Oh. But yeah, no, possibly.
Invisible presence.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh my god, I am legitimately down for this.
In terms of us meeting up as well, another thing I'm down for us trying to start arranging is like once a month or once every couple of months,
All right, cut
just
out.
sort of meeting up with drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a
That was fun
casual.
when we did that before. Yeah, pubs
Yeah.
are open
Yeah.
now, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Do you have to like book?
Don't know. Haven't been yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
And
imagine we would.
we got to do something recorded with drinks at some point as well. But
Just like a casual sit down
Like a-
podcast.
I don't
That'd
know.
be
I
cool.
don't like. I don't know where we do something that involves a drinking game or something.
I'm all for drinking games.
We play games whilst getting progressively drunk. Like if we die, we got to take a drink or something.
Drunk Mario Kart.
pay
Or like,
every time you have to pay money in Monopoly, you take that many drinks. Like you have to pay 5,000 on Mayfair or something. 5,000
Like
shots.
No, like every drink, every monetary, like every $10 is like a shot or something like that, or like every $100 is
Didn't I, like-
a shot.
Or every pound is a milliliter,
Didn't I like
maybe.
beat you guys at Monopoly last time? So I'll be shit faced.
I can't remember who. Can't remember the results.
Yeah, Alex. I think Alex did one. I don't know, Alex. Who won? Look at the footage.
Yeah, it was me. I know that.
Oh. Well, shall we do TV of the year?
before
Yes, let's.
Tivy
Yeah.
of the year
Yeah.
time runs
Oh,
out. Yeah.
One quick biscuit. You mentioned birds. It reminded me. There's like a little vent in my larder that's we kind of like taped up because there was a breeze coming through it. But there's a blue tit nest in there because I've seen a little blue tit flying in there. I can hear them going every time I open the
Oh,
larder.
is it got babies?
They must do. Yeah. There's no way of me seeing really. I don't want to like open it up whilst they're all in there. But I'll open it
Yeah.
up probably once they've left, just in case there's
Oh,
like a dead one in
bless.
there or something. But yeah, it's really
Open
cute.
it up and it just flies out at you and starts attacking you like the Spearows in Pokemon.
I'd like to see how to get if I can get a camera in there or something for next year.
It's got like they start flying out of the holes at you like the letters in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just hundreds of blue tits, just like bullets.
Yes.
But
Right.
the birds.
Yeah. Birdemic. TV of the year.
Oh, that film.
So. Right.
Right. So,
Left. So.
film
Right.
of the year.
TV of the year.
TV of the year. Sorry.
So for what it's worth, I've got a top 5. I've got 3 honorables, and I've got 4 extras.
Right, yeah. Altogether, I've got
Jesus.
like 19 on this list.
So extras are like
Yeah.
Different.
But extras are ones that you just mention the name and you only talk about if other people want to.
yeah, and then the honorables
Yeah.
are the ones I had that I actually like, but they just weren't really like, but they weren't in the top 5. So that's that. Join us next
I've only
time.
really got. I've really only got one. Like, I'm only going to do my top one because there's so many, and just, like, it's so confusing for me because I've literally got a document with just like everything that I found that I recognize the name of. So I'm just going to do just my top one.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
It's on the podcast
Pardon me.
previously.
well, tough.
It's on the podcast previously, and you guys said about how it was like there was so many TV shows to go through. Why don't you just like go through? What I do is the ones I look at the American TV shows that were released in that year, and then the British ones as well.
I mean, I've just looked at
Isn't that what we
British,
did?
but yeah.
Well, who wants to go first?
To basically go through.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, I tell you what. Alphabetical order according to Discord. G,
Oh.
groundskeeper.
Oh. Wait, is that alphabetical? Oh, okay.
Groundskeeper Helmsman, Pope of 23, and the
Yeah.
other one.
See, for a moment I was there thinking that just the list was in alphabetical order defaultedly, but then I looked at the actual letters in the names and... Alright then. Alright then.
Alright then.
Alright then.
Alright.
The shows I know I've watched, but can't really remember much of is Stars in Their Eyes, Bump, Tiny Toons Adventures, The Brawlies, and then we go into the honourables, which is One Foot in the Grave, Keeping Up Appearances, Quantum Leap, How To, Pingu, Rosie and Jim, Fort Boyard, Grand Day Out, Wallace and Gromit, Round the Twist, Art Attack, and then my top 5 is The Simpsons, Mr. Bean, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Star Trek The Next Generation, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ow. Which is my number 1.
Ow. I've never heard of Owl.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Ninja Turtles, no, sorry. That's my number 1.
Oh.
Not Ow.
Nice.
It knocked my arm when I... Yeah.
See, like, for me, I didn't put in Simpsons because that started in '89. TNG started in 1987, but
Now you see, Kristian said we could go with the first date it was aired.
What?
Yeah.
what I-
oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
of course.
yeah. Basically, what I mean by any of these answers is, I don't care. Not to put too fine a point on it, but it's I get this all day at work. Kristian, what should we do about this? Kristian, what should we do about that? And I just think, for fuck's sake, use your own brain. Which is not actually the case here, but it just brings me out in the cold sweats when people ask me how a certain thing should be, and I want to say, let's just go for it. Let's just go with it. Go with the flow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as everyone's happy with those being included, I don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, I completely
Alright,
missed The
Remy?
Simpsons. I completely missed Fort Boyard.
I've never heard of Fort Boyard.
What?
Wait. Did you you say The Simpsons? We can put that in our.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
For what? Imagine the Crystal Maze, but it's in a prison with lions. No, tigers. Sorry.
Sea prison.
They were.
It's-
It's in a it's in a sea prison with tigers and.
Please send me a link to this.
It was.
Before you had my interest, but now you have my attention.
And it used to be hosted by Dirty Den from EastEnders.
No, he was he host? He was like the bad guy, wasn't he? It was hosted by Tits McGee. They were trying to. They were trying to
no
beat.
one remembers
the
the Tits McGee of the year,
but they were
I know
trying to. It was Melinda Messenger. They were trying to beat Dirty Dan, weren't they? Because like he was the lord of the prison.
Okay, and then throughout some series, Tom Baker was the sea captain.
Oh
but
God, he was.
Through other series, he had been regenerated from another sea captain. I can't remember who came first.
What was this called?
I think there's a playlist there.
Wait a minute, is the 1991 the UK version or the French version?
I don't know. It was on one of the lists.
Wait, does The Simpsons air in 1990 in the UK?
Look,
I've never seen this.
I went through two lists: the Wikipedia list and the IMDb list.
Fort Boyard started in 1998, according to this,
According to this.
because it was a French show, and that started in 1990, I think.
Oh.
What it is? We want my
Yeah.
number one anyway.
Yeah, no, so it doesn't matter. But I won't put it on my list.
Wait, wait, sorry. Can we have The Simpsons in our top 5 or no?
Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you can, but you have to fuck it first.
You must fuck Marge.
Okay, thank you.
Allow me.
All right. Well, I'll go negs then. So, in my extras, I've got Rosie and Jim, You've Been Framed, Sharky and George, Vic Reeves' Big Night Out, and Round the Twist, aka the one with the piss spirit. Speaking of You've Been Framed, I was listening to Adam Buxton's podcast the other day, and he mentioned that on the was it on the Adam and Joe show? It was on something that Adam and Joe did. They did segments with when they animated toys, and they did You've Been Framed when it was hosted by Chewbacca. And it awakened this memory deep within me. I suddenly remembered having watched that when I was little, because at the end they don't play Luke and Yoda's tape, so they use the Force to make the wonky house spin round. Suddenly remembered, forgotten that I'd watched it, but now I know. Honourables are The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Mr. Bean, and One Foot in the Grave. I don't believe it. You're supposed to say.
You
Never heard of that.
never heard of One Foot in the Grave.
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Am I banished now?
Yes. Be gone, Thought.
Ozzy's the only one that hasn't disgraced himself so far.
You
I'm
haven't
just,
disgraced
with
yourself yet.
No kind of life that I know every TV show that's ever been broadcast in England in some shape or form.
In this
I was
life or
there
the
when
next.
they were written.
I was there.
You know,
I was there,
man.
Gandalf,
You don't know what
3,000
it's
years
like,
ago.
man. I was there, man.
Do not cite the 90s TV shows to me, witch.
I was
were
there
going
when
for?
they were
Yeah.
broadcast.
Okay. So, number 5, Art Attack,
Hey.
Squashed Thingy. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but people at home might not. Neil Buchanan, host and owner of Art Attack, was the bassist in a metal band. He had the idea for Art Attack, and he pitched it to ITV, and they said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, and he hosted it. Then, around 2000 or so, he sold the idea. He sold the show to ITV, I think, for millions and millions of pounds, but still presented it. And then 3 or 4 years later, decided to retire and went straight back into being a bassist in a metal band.
Nice.
I know his
What a legend.
origins was
Yeah.
in a metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of
I
them.
didn't know the story as it unfolded after Art Attack, though.
And
I
contrary to
didn't know
popular belief, he did not perform the theme tune to Art Attack. That was not him. That was
Oh,
not his
okay.
band.
Nah.
I remember there's loads of photos throughout the years of his death that like went around, and then there was one story that he was banksy or something, and he had to go on Twitter and be like, "Guys, I'm not Banksy." I'm not
I
Banksy."
remember that. That would have been
That
so
was
nice if it
hilarious.
was true.
It would have been.
You can even put a bit of sticky back plastic on your graffiti and stick it on a wall, so you can take it down later.
Oh, that show. Oh.
Anyway, number 4.
Anyone
have
else
a-
collect the magazines? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I got some actually in my cupboard still. Number 4, have I got news for you? Yes. Number 3, the Crystal Maze.
Mistle Craze.
And then again, I've based this on what I continuously quote even to this day. So number 2 is Keeping Up Appearances, which is I just fucking love it. Words cannot express. And number
You see,
1,
my problem with like One Foot in the Grave and Keeping Up Appearances is that I've been oversaturated to them because my nan watches nothing but those kind of shows. So as much as I love them and I know they're good, part of me kind of groans when they're on because it's like, oh, not again.
I think I kind of go the opposite way in that. I don't know, in the same way if you made like cult classics when people kind of like know all the lines, you kind of know the joke
Yeah.
and you laugh at it because you know it kind of thing.
Like, I know, but it's with my nan is she'll have it on, she'll pay half attention to it and then stick it on again on +1 channel an
my
hour
God.
later and watch the exact same thing an hour later.
Yeah, that is a bit much.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
But anyway, number 1 is Harry Enfield's television program, which later regenerated into Harry Enfield and Chums. It's probably best known by that name, but it was started off as this. And that one is, I think I might start making a point of actually mentioning when I quote that, because it is, I quote it all the time. It's
Please
fucking,
do. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's so good. Tell me, Grayson, do the working classes smell? Yes. Thank you. You've reassured me. I won't go there. Classic. Anyway, there we are. Who's next? Pope of 23.
Alex? Oh, me. It is me. Right. So, so the honourable mentions stuff like Have I Got News for You, Tiny Two Adventures. Tom and Jerry Kids also came out in
Ooh.
1990.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Commentary Kids.
You've been one for you, Kristian. Jeeves and Worcester that came out this year.
Never seen it.
Maybe not. It's
I have actually. I don't remember too much about it, but
Hugh Laurie and Stephen
Yeah.
Fry. It's absolutely brilliant. Crystal Maze, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But my number 1 is obviously Art Attack, because I literally grew up adoring that show. Like, we had so many episodes taped, and I think it inspired a lot of my creativity to this day. Like, I literally have Warhammer in front of me that I paint because I got inspired by Art Attack when I was younger.
Nice.
And also, just one little addendum. One thing that came out in 1990 for all of 1 episode before it was cancelled.
Art Attack Kids.
No, quite the opposite. It was something called Heil Honey, I'm Home.
Oh, yeah,
I saw that.
I do
I
know
saw
of
that on
it,
the
yeah.
list.
For people who aren't in the know, this was a sitcom set in 1938 in Germany, and it starred Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun living next door to a Jewish couple.
That sounds like it could be in The Producers, doesn't it?
Ba-da-ba-ba-bow.
Yeah, it was literally cancelled, I think, halfway through the first episode.
Talk about bad
right.
taste.
Yeah, like, I don't know how somebody thought that would actually work.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s, crazy times. Yeah, but yeah, so Art Attack is my my TV
Cool.
show of the year.
Heart Attack. Boom, 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 boom.
Other one.
Oh, okay. So my honorable mentions are How To, because they came out before 1990.
Oh,
Vision, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Moomin.
Millions.
So top 5, so number 5, Stars in Their Eyes. I remember watching this a shit ton as a kid with my parents, and we'd always used to like watch it in the evenings. I
Tonight,
also,
Matthew.
I don't know, the kid, I found it so, I don't know, I don't know where it is, but I just absolutely loved watching it. Number 4, You've Been Framed. Number 3, Art Attack. Number 2, Mr. Bean. I remember my granddad gave me the VHS tapes for this, and I watched them like so much. I found it so funny, absolutely loved it, and I still
Never
watch them to this
seen
day.
it.
It's so funny, it's so good. And my number 1 is The Simpsons, because that's like I watched as a kid, and I've watched them all religiously now, and I can quote it back of my hand. I freaking love that show. But anything past season 12 is a bit crap.
I was hoping you were going to say that. That's why I didn't immediately promote it to number 1. Sorry, I got my pen in my mouth.
Yes, and Simpsons post season pre-season 12.
Yes.
Yeah. Before the
Simpsons.
executive producer left.
Yeah.
James
Yeah,
Earl
minus-
Jones, whatever his name was. Something like that. Cool. Wow, a good spread. I imagine The Simpsons is going to win the poll. So we got
Probably.
Harry Enfield's television program, Heart Attack, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and The Simpletons.
Yeah.
Now,
Nice.
hang on. Alex, did you say Chucklevision was out in 1990?
No, so I put mentions in because they weren't out in 1990. They were out before 1990.
Oh,
So I
okay.
couldn't put it in my top 5.
Okay. Never mind then. I was going to say, because if that was out 1990, that would have beat out Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, it came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like 87, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was definitely broadcast in Britain in the 80s then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Could you imagine an American version of Chucklevision?
it's an Austrian import, isn't it?
Chucklevision. It's got like umlauts over everything. Chucklevision. Yeah, I reckon Simpsons is going to win, then TMNT, then Art Attack, then Harry Enfield.
I reckon, yeah, that sounds
I
raising.
might
We
win
get a bonus
something.
point if we can
Yay.
correctly guess the poll.
Yes.
I might win something. Yay.
Woo.
I never win anything.
You win our sympathy for never winning.
Oh. I want you guys to do that haunted place now. That's such a great idea.
Yeah, I think we need to legitimately look into that.
You do your research and I just show up. That sounds great.
Yes, the
I'll
best
talk to
type of
Becky,
plan.
see what she can come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did actually find a few things we can put into our plans. We can liaise later on. The
Oh
three
my
of
god,
us.
no. I just thought of an even better idea. Like, we do that, but we make up fake stories for the fake locations.
Oh, come on. That makes it even harder.
So then it could actually be, is it
It's an
confirmation
objective
bias?
test. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it confirmation
Okay,
bias?
okay.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, because then you can't just
Bring your own
get
brain for it.
feelings from all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm down for that.
This sounds proper fun now. You should put it on your channel, Rich.
Well, my channel. I didn't come up with the
It
idea.
would probably be mine or Christian's.
You're one,
Yeah, I didn't come
Yeah,
up with the idea.
stuff.
Well,
Well, not just that, is you'd have the footage and it would just rot away for years.
This is true.
Like the Roswell alien autopsy tapes.
The footage would become a ghost before we can confirm ghosts exist.
And now your final location is Richard's closet, where this tape
there
has
any
been
room?
resting. Fuck you. No, it's full of clothes. Oh man.
What would you do if we actually went, like, if we were at an actual haunted location and you guys accidentally caught something on camera that you were sort of like, well, that wasn't meant to happen.
We'd find an explanation. Well, I would. I don't know about the other two. I'd find an explanation.
Depends. Yeah, it depends on how it's. Yeah, because I've seen videos online and none of them have given me enough.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think the physical evidence would have to be not like things that could be considered like glitches or stuff.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah.
See, now I'm
Yeah.
kind of wanting it to be like.
Cheers on the
It would
floor.
have to. No, it would literally have to be like I'm stood face to face with something. Do you get what I
An
mean?
apparition.
Or yeah.
Personally, I
or,
wouldn't.
like,
I wouldn't even trust that because if you've got like a brain lesion or your two halves of your
Oh my
brain
god,
are,
what's going
are
to
damaged,
you?
you can.
Oh yeah,
'cause
but if it's at that
it-
point, my brain's fucked up enough for me to not care anymore.
people with brain injuries, where the two halves of their brain don't communicate to each other properly, are constantly seeing and sensing other people, which is just the other half of their brain. And it's reckoned that that's where most of the alien abduction cases come from because newborn babies will react to a white sheet of paper with two black circles on it as if it's a face. So that's like a hardwired thing in us that is another person. So they reckon that people who's have this brain injury sense a presence and their brain fills in the gaps, and that's where they see like that stereotypical greys alien that's just a big face with two black eyes.
That's genuinely interesting.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, that's interesting.
Also worth mentioning is Charles Bonnet syndrome, which is a problem with the retina in your eye, which means that you've effectively got like a blind spot for a second or two, and your brain, instead of just going, oh, there's nothing there, just fills in what it reckons should be there with its best guess, and people will see other people there because their brain just goes, oh, I reckon there might be a person there. So frankly, what I'm saying is, don't believe anything your brain tells you, especially not when it doesn't make sense, because 9 times out of 10, it's just your brain being an idiot. You can't trust your own brain anyway, because
And things like half the time they turn into Cybermen after a while. It's just a really awful thing.
because there's a reason that you're not allowed circumstantial evidence. You're not allowed to use it to convict anyone in court. So that is like, oh, it was that person, I saw them do it, because there was a case in Victorian times of this man who swindled a load of ladies out of their jewellery. And multiple eyewitnesses pointed out this bloke in the lineup and said, yes, that's definitely him. And then it turned out a couple of years later, they caught the real guy, and the other guy that they'd caught didn't look anything like him. They'd just gone, oh, that looks like him, and just confirmed it in their mind, and like kind of invented these fake memories. So what I'm saying is, don't trust your own brain, although it is your brain that's telling you this as it translates the sound waves into thoughts.
Okay, well,
So logically, by not trusting my own brain, I shouldn't trust anything I hear, including what you've just said to not trust my own brain.
Oh,
So I
God.
should trust my own brain, but then by trust, okay.
Trust nothing, especially not no one.
yes, I
Trust
like
nothing,
that
especially not me. I don't even trust me.
I like that idea, guys. You should do that.
Trust
idea.
nothing unless you're drunk.
Now I'm picturing it's like we're walking, like I'm like doing the hosting bit, like telling the stories of everything.
Yeah.
Kristian and Ozzy are on the camera. It's just like like looking around and getting like all the reaction shots. Like, whoa.
No, we'd all be like a team hosting. It'd be like Most Haunted. We'd have to make
Yeah.
it as parody-ish as we could. We were like, one of us will have to be like the proper like psychic type guy.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Rich, you can be the Yvette Fielding.
Well, we got it here because we've got
Yvette
the
Fielding, she was the one that hosted it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
we've got the kind of believers, which
She's
I
the
think
Tits McGee. Sorry.
we got the kind of believers. Which I think Rich, who are you? Are you a believer? Or are you sort of skeptic?
Did you see their
I
face?
don't know.
I mean-
Are you a
to be honest.
believer?
I'd say we're all predominantly skeptic, but I'm open-minded.
And Kristian's just
Okay,
flat out
so-
no.
Yeah.
Christian's
So
flat
I'm
out
a-
no.
Just
I'm
skeptic.
open-minded.
You're open-minded. I'm a complete believer, and Rich is just on the fence.
Maybe you should be Derek Okora then.
Oh, fuck Derek Okora.
Although to be fair, then maybe that's not right because you, at least you're honest. Derek Okora was just a complete charlatan.
I don't know who any of these people are, but okay.
What? There was a TV show that was like a spooky, like haunted house game show kind of thing. It was on TVC. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, Scary Sleepover? No, that's the TV.
No,
The Slammer?
no.
Dick and Dom in the Bungalow?
I mean, what, Trapped? I can
I
think of
think
that
so.
as like a haunted house, but not a one like sleepover one. Haunted house sleepover CBBC.
What was the name of that thing that they broadcast that was like a paranormal drama, but they broadcast it as if it was real, and Michael Parkinson hosted it?
Ooh, Ghost Watch.
That's it, yeah.
I remember that. We talked about that in uni. Yeah,
I've got that
was
downloaded
my-
somewhere to watch.
God.
Yeah, the
Pretty
only thing I
good.
can find is Scary Sleepover, which is the ITV.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
The house had effects to make it look haunted and scare the kids.
Yeah, and you had to like do challenges. And you had to like basically last till the morning to get like to win like prizes.
Squad.
What's that?
Spook Squad.
What
It was
squad?
called
Oh,
Spook
Spook.
Squad.
Spook, right.
Spook Squad.
Oh,
Oh,
I do remember this.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Okay. Okay.
I think this is it.
Is that like Prank Patrol, but
No.
for ghosts?
I don't know. I probably would have just watched Jungle Run instead.
Yeah, you guys should do that. That looked quite a fun project to all do together.
Yeah.
I like to think that my empathic skills are pretty decent.
Are you?
We shall
oh,
see.
Are they amazing or just pathetic?
Oh God.
That's definitely the tagline.
Apparently, okay, I know you guys are very skeptic. Apparently, when I was little, I used to freak out my parents because I would go up to them and just tell them some random shit, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's not true." And then seconds later, it would come true, and my mum was just like, "Okay, we have a demon. What is this
You
kid?"
know, in 5 seconds, you will believe what I'm saying now. Oh my god!
Well, apparently, like we were at my we were in the car and we took a party or something. I was like 5 years old, and I said to my mum on the way apparently in the car, I was like, "Oh, Uncle Trevor's going to be at this party," and she was like,
Sorry.
"Oh, no, he's not going to."
Did you say ant vagina?
No, Uncle Trevor.
Oh,
Uncle Trevor and vagina.
What the fuck?
Um,
Uncle Trevor, Aunt Vagina, that's the same thing, right?
sorry.
they're the
Continue.
same person.
Jesus. I was in the back of the car and I said to my mum, "Oh, Uncle Trevor is going to be at this party," and she was like, "Oh no, he's not going to be there." I'd look at him, I'd be like, "No,
Oh,
he's going to
Oh.
be there."
anyone else getting cut out?
Yeah,
Or-
I couldn't.
Yeah, a little bit.
God, I already knew that.
I could barely hear anything you just said.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It was
I-
just sort of like this.
Okay.
So it was like we could, but not properly here
Is it clear now?
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, I said to her, "But yeah, his person's going to be at this party," and she said, "No, he's not going to be there. He can't come." And I'd look at her, and I'd be like, "No, he's going to be there." And she was like, "Oh, okay, whatever you say." And he'd get there, and he would be there. And that happened like 3 or 4 times when I would just outright be adamant that this was true before it happened.
But how many times were you adamant that something was going to happen and then it didn't? Did you remember
My
those
mum
times?
Well, no, I didn't even remember the times that she told me about.
Sceptics R Us.
I didn't know that until my mum told me about what happened. I didn't even remember that that's what I did. I had no idea. So, I don't know.
Well, we got the episode title now at least. Sceptics R Us.
Sceptics R Us. Yeah, that's a good title.
I can't. I'm gonna have to find like copy and paste the Russian. Yeah, it's the backwards R. Because that's how it was in
Backwards
Toys R
R.
Us, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
Oh,
So that's it, and
Yes.
that's shit, or was it? Leave a comment and let us know.
Probably knowing us.
Oh God, Christian, your continuities are absolutely spotless.
Unlike the shit.
like a wipe, yeah. It just slid right out.
Oh, nice and gaping.
Do you ever-
Those two words do not go together well at all.
Depends who you talk to after what
Yeah.
actions.
Fucking hell.
You know when you have a poo, out it comes.
Yeah.
You know that. You know when you have a
That's
poo. Yeah.
yes.
I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In an
comes.
English country garden or otherwise?
Just
my
grab a
God,
leaf and wipe
that's
underneath.
Just in general.
Yeah. So you have a poo, and you look down to see how it went.
Yeah. No.
And
I mean, we're laughing, but it's a complete thing that I do.
and
I'm surprised if no
Yeah,
other guy does it.
Well, yeah.
You look down to make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes when you look and there's nothing there because it's like gone around the
Oh yeah,
twist
ghost
already.
shit.
Yeah. But then, when it was a good one, you wipe and there's nothing on the paper either, and you're like, did I imagine the whole thing?
I mean, with IBS, I just call that a lucky day.
Yeah.
So,
With ulcerative colitis, yeah. that's a
Oh,
good
I only
day as
used
well.
2 pieces of toilet paper today, not a whole fucking roll.
Champion. I wonder if you're
Literally.
intolerant to a food stuff. Because when I stopped
Probably.
having like
I think you might just be
gluten-filled-
intolerant to life.
gluten-filled bread and
Yeah, both.
Weetabix and gluten-filled pasta and shit, as it were. You definitely know. I noticed a difference.
you definitely try on other diets.
I think it. Somewhere in my diet, I'm just not on the ball enough to pay attention to what I have before.
It could be lactose, gluten, wheat.
But that's the problem. I eat so much crap in a day.
You've got to,
Lactose,
you got to,
fructose, sucrose.
Like-
cut it out for about 2 weeks, I think it is, where it's kind of sort of for you to like to be any kind of effect.
Yeah.
What my doctor told me.
That's what I mean. It's effort.
Yeah, I know what you
Your,
mean.
your shit has to
Whatever.
last an entire week
Like
for you to know, and then you can like
Yeah.
look down the
if I
strata.
feel like a sandwich, I eat a sandwich. If I feel like chocolate, I eat chocolate. If I feel like pasta, I eat pasta. That's kind of the way.
You can get substitutes for it all, though. I will say that. Also, they are fucking expensive.
So you're saying pasta, that idea, are you?
I'm a little bit past that idea. Yeah. I'm a little bit past that idea.
Hey!
Hey.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
That's just reminded me of when we next play Civ, I can do my Venetian accent again.
Oh, God.
I'm playing
Have
as
we
Venice.
finished recording?
Pardon?
What?
Have we finished? Are we still recording? Yeah.
We're always recording.
Yeah.
But if there's something personal, it gets cut out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Kristian decides he wants to do some editing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you one day, you slag.
Fucking why?
Blade. How do you spell that?
What, slag?
What?
Like that?
Slag.
Slag. Slag.
It's
Slag.
Slag. Oh yeah, oog.
How many other letters do I want to put in this? It's partly Dutch, so the J is like a Y sound.
No,
Slag.
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 This is great for the people listening.
Yeah. I mean, you could go anywhere with that joke. You could just type like whore into there, and that's how you spell slag.
Oh, that's
sorry
how
if
you
you-
spell slag.
Or if you really want to get offensive, you could just type a gender in there. How do you spell slag? Agenda.
You agenda.
Oh dear.
I try not to, but.
Agenda? I hardly knew her.
Hey! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
On that bombshell, it's time to end. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to tell someone about the podcast you don't already know. If you really like it, like it, subscribe, leave a comment,